everyone, and welcome to my channel, Rose Red Diamonds and Crafts. My name is Angelica. This is my channel where I tell you about everything that I've been up to each month, and which usually is cross stitch, diamond painting, gaming, and anything else that I do. Right now it is the middle of the night. Everybody is asleep. I think the first person who has to wake up for work should be waking up in about an hour, so I've got about an hour of privacy. My little one, my toddler, he just fell asleep 20 minutes ago. About 20 minutes ago he just fell asleep. I was diamond painting. I'm in my living room today. I've been diamond painting, so I made my coffee to make sure I could get to show you everything. And yes, I'm on a folding table, and it's up against the fireplace, but we've lived here for almost 12 years, and that fireplace has never worked. It's a gas fireplace, and it's never worked. We've never gotten it fixed. Anywho, so, it has been a very busy several months. My last check-in was late June, early July, and we've had a lot of stuff come up personally, and I took a break from crafting for a minute. However, I would normally do one diamond painting a month, and I've only completed 2 in the last 4 months. In the last 4 months, I've only completed 2 diamond paintings. This one that I'm working on right now, I probably have one more day, and then I'll have a third one finished. So that'll be satisfying. But I'm not going to show them right now because I have so much to show you cross stitch wise. So first off, these are all my cross stitch. They're all in Ziplocs. And then I have all my notes here. Sorry. Anyways, okay, so in the last 4 months, I have worked on in the last 4 months, I have worked on 26 whips. I've had 15 new starts and 5 finishes for a total of 43,150 stitches. So you ready to see everything? I made a list of everything that I've worked on the best I could. The totals, I'm going to try to show you everything from earliest to most recent, the best I can. So the earliest thing that I worked on, and of course I have this upside down. Oh, and before each whip, I'm going to insert the image of the pattern, because 99% of my pattern, my whips are all digital. So I only have the cover art to like 1. So I'm going to just insert the picture for everything. And because I have so many whips to go over, I'm not going to show before and after pictures, okay? I mean, obviously I'm going to show you the after, but I'm not going to show you the befores. So I'll insert the image, and if I forget anything important, like the name of the designer or shop where I got it from, then I'll also insert that text when I'm editing. So that is not first. The first step I'm going to show you is the Hoovian salad, which is designed by the Kosher Stitcher on Etsy. It is says it's 159 by 190. I did this on 18 count, hand dyed by myself, or I hand dyed the color myself. So this is what the image, I should probably already done that. So this is all as far as I got. All I did was the TARDIS, that's all. Basically, I was so satisfied with this finish that I was hesitant to put all the rest of the goodies on there. Oh, and the sale's over as of today. Today they posted the final drop, so the image I would have inserted would have all of it, what it's going to look like completely. So one of the reasons why I haven't finished this is because when I went to kit it up, I only kitted up the blues, right? There's 3 shades of blue that I needed for the TARDIS, and I was just being lazy and I didn't want to have to go dig out and pull the rest of the colors out. So that's just going to be put aside until I'm ready to get back to it. All right. Oh, and did I bump the camera? I forgot to say that for the Whovian sale, or to finish off that TARDIS, I did 834 stitches. Alright, so next I'm going to show you Peppermint Purple 2023 sale. I chose to buy the companion pack. Oh, this is 18 count, hand dyed by myself, taupe. I use taupe. So I chose the companion pack to get that flower border, but all I've done is just the border and the squares. I haven't done any filling in, and I haven't colored in any of the flowers and leaves because I couldn't decide. Honestly, I couldn't decide what color scheme I wanted to go with. I was indecisive. So I might put some time into this month for November. So to get this all caught up without the weeks or the other colors, I put in 1,254 back stitches, or 622 and a half regular stitches. So oh, actually, I kept changing my mind on the color scheme, but it looks like the last time I touched this, I was leaning towards these 2 variegated flosses for the outside border, and then this blue for all the weeks, which is 3808, and then these are just variegated purple and green. Keep forgetting cameras over here. So yeah, these are what I was leaning towards the last time. So we'll see when I pick that up again. Like I said, I might try to do it this month for the Sal prompt for my Stitchy group, because you could get 10 points for doing 1,000 stitches in any Sal, and these would be back stitches, so I would get 2,000 back stitches. That would get me some good progress on that, a good jump if I did that for that particular prompt. Right? Next, what I started Macintosh Rose, which is also by Peppermint Purple. This is a free pattern that's 85 by 85, so it's not very big. I have done 226 stitches on this, so honestly I don't even know which way, I don't know which way's which. Maybe that way. I haven't gotten very far. I don't know. It's all just black. It's just, I just started the black for 226, and I was leaning towards, because I don't consider it a done deal until I'm done, but I was going to do it in these 3 colors. Ooh, can't really see that one, but the lighting's not the greatest because it's the middle of the night. But yeah, I was thinking about doing those colors. But I didn't get very much on that one, obviously. So in the month of July, so right after my last update, the stitching group that I'm in, they did a ringo, which is bingo or similar to whipgo. If you're familiar with whipgo, it's basically the same thing, except they would call a number once a week, and then you had 1 week to put as many stitches as you could into that one project and to get points for it. So either, I don't know if that was a whipgo, a ringo. It's ring because the stitching group was, the whole year of 2023 is themed around Lord of the Rings. So all the prompts are themed after Lord of the Rings. We were supposed to read our way through all of the books from January to December, and we were supposed to watch all the movies. And in fact, this month in November, we're supposed to, since we're all done with the movies, this month we're watching the show, the new show. So ring as in 1 ring to rule them all. All right, so next is, it's called Sampler number 208, which I got it from an Etsy shop, 2x2 Art Stitch from Etsy. They've got so many. They got so many, and this is the one that stuck. This is the one that caught my eye. So this is 333 stitches, or 333 squared. Okay, that's how big it's supposed to be. But so this is on an 18 count wine and purple dyed. Make sure I'm holding it the right way. Yeah. I dyed this. It's wine and purple. So pull it back. This was the first fabric I ever dyed that I was really in love with. It turned out, so I got, how much did I get done on this one? I put in 501 stitches since my last check-in of this one. 501. Okay. And I'm going to do the whole thing in black, 310. I just felt like that would make me happy, as if it was just black on that. So next is Pumpkin Spice Latte Zombie, or PSL Zombie, from the Witchy Stitcher. This one, where is it? Okay. This is also on 18 count purple and charcoal that I dyed, and it's a finish. I finished it. I did it. I started it and I finished it. So what is the number? 5,084 stitches. And I did that in the month of July. So I love that one, the way it looks. I'll put that aside, actually. Okay, next one I'm going to pull out is Aurora Cabin, which is the only paper pattern one I have. It is a gold dimensions. So Aurora Cabin, let's see here, where are we? For Aurora Cabin, I did 3,188 back stitches, which was basically all of this on this side. Okay, so this is where we're at so far. Okay, so if I take, I guess technically I'm almost a quarter done, or am a quarter done. Yeah, I got a lot done on that one. I have a love-hate relationship with this one. I don't like paper patterns. I really prefer anything I could do on Pattern Keeper. And okay, not anything. Anything that's Pattern Keeper compatible, because I have a couple of Pattern Keeper kits that aren't any fun to use. I think they're JPEG or something, but it kind of messes with how to use it. I like to be able to highlight the color, and then I choose the color that I need to work on, and then it's easy to just swipe as you go. But there's a couple of patterns that I have where it doesn't detect the different colors. Like, it'll show the different symbols and you could choose boxes, but you really need to zoom in so that your finger doesn't swipe a square that you don't want it to swipe. I might have to stop for a refill. So next is Pokemon. Okay. Pokemon was my first big kit I ever started. I had some issues and then eventually had to completely restart it. So I had been working on trying to get caught up to where I left off originally. So this is on 18 count on a hand-dyed blue, just blue, okay, that I did. So it's huge, right? If you're not familiar, it's going to be huge. It's Gen 1. Let me see, Pokemon, 3,232 stitches I've done in the last 4 months, okay? So I'm really close, if not already. I forgot to look to see how many stitches I had when I left off. I had it written down somewhere, but I don't remember where it is now. So, oops, wrong bag. So many Ziplocs. So if you don't already know, that's a free pattern from Lord Lipidan. Next, Supernatural Sal by the Witchy Stitcher. I started this with everybody, and then I quickly was discouraged from continuing because I just wasn't in love with all the design choices for the characters. So for Supernatural, I put in 1,917 stitches since my last check-in, which, as you could see, is going to be all the squares. I decided for this one that I wanted to do all the squares and then go through and do all of the fancy decorations on the squares, and I would continue to do that with the rest of the boxes before going with the with each individual picture. But I didn't I didn't love the design choices for each of the images. Unlike the Cryptid Sal, I just went with it, but I was considering if I wanted to make personal changes to each of them. For example, the angel, somebody had changed it to a weeping angel, and I am really interested in possibly doing something just like that. I was happy with this one, only because it reminds me of the mermaid on my Mexican bingo my family and I used to play when we were younger for the holidays. So, but I will probably just do as the pattern says, but I'm just not in a rush to finish it like I was with the cryptids. And luckily they put off doing a Sal this year, so it gives me more time. Next, the next thing I'm going to show you is my Witcher. My Witcher, since the last time I checked in with you guys, I've put in 8,879 and I finished it. He's done. Isn't he lovely? I was really nervous the entire time I was working on this because of the colors. So I work from stash, and my stash is a bunch of non-DMC, just embroidery embroidery floss that's not numbered. So I bought it twice. I bought it initially for the Pokemon Sal, and it was one of the reasons why I had to restart it, because there's over 400 colors in this pack, and I have to decipher which color is which. So what I've noticed is that the skin colors, it would be better just to buy actual DMC for skin colors in the future, which is one of the reasons why I didn't jump in on the, was it Nora Corbett's Mermaid Sal that she just started, or they just started. I was really interested in that because I don't have anything. I haven't started any Pretty Ladies. So I thought that would be fun to be my first, this mermaid's owl, but they use a lot of fancy flosses, and I need prop the accurate skin tones, and I can't just pull from a random bag and guess. So I had to guess on a lot of these colors, and I was concerned that I was making the wrong choices, but in the end, it's basically got a filter on it, right? So that's why it's gonna look different, because it's like the image has a filter on it. But I like the way it turned out, and it is full coverage. It is full coverage, and I had dyed this was white fabric that I dyed a light gray, and it was really difficult because it blended in so well with some of these colors that if I missed a square, it was really difficult, because I cross stitch. I can't do royal rose, and I should have for this particular image. So, but it's done, and I just have it wrapped on a piece of canvas, blank canvas, that I bought for paint night. There's nothing on it, it's blank, but I just taped it on there just so that I could get the wrinkles out, and then I just haven't done anything else with it, so it's not FFO'd, it's just FFO'd for now. So it's just so I could set it up. I just prop it up on my desk in my bedroom, so that it's not just folded away, tucked away until who knows when I get around to doing something with it. So that's my big finish for this check-in. My favorite one. So next is Fish and Ships. Fish and Ships by Long Dog Samplers. This is my very first long dog that I ever started, and I didn't realize it was actually kind of small. It's a small long dog, which isn't bad. I had gotten this after I had already purchased and intended on starting that big Sampler 208. So I got that because I wasn't falling in love with any long dogs. And then I seen this one and I had to get it. So this is on 18 count, hand dyed by myself. It's a royal blue and charcoal. But I didn't shake up it was the first time I was using the blue, and I didn't shake it up very well. So it's like it's because it's Rit dye. So I like the way it looks though. But for this one, I only put 206 stitches in since my last check-in. So I think that's primarily just this top area. The ones that I only put like 200 stitches in, that means that it was probably for a weekly challenge. And I don't do those that often. I like to focus on the monthly challenges or the year-long challenge. Speaking of year-long, next year for 2024, we are going to be doing Disney. So we will be watching our way through all a lot of Disney movies. I think she said it's 3 movies a week. But you could do it in any order you want. So that'll be interesting. Nice challenge. The next one to show you is Camp Crystal Lake by the Witchy Stitcher. I had to think for a second. This was not the free one. This is in the shop. It's on 18 count, tea and coffee dyed. Camp Crystal Lake. It's kind of small. It's what is it? It's an 82 by 117. it says I only did, or I wrote that I only did 390 stitches on this. I guess. That's what I have written down. Maybe, because I know that I did the welcome, the blue welcome, and then the little bits of blood. So I guess I had already finished the Camp Crystal Lake already in a previous challenge. So it's just a cute little finish. I started that one in March, so I think I worked on it like I just worked on it a couple of times. Alice. So this is Alice in Wonderland, the Alice in Wonderland Sal from Owl Forest Embroidery. I call it Alice Trio. So if you ever hear me say Alice Trio, that's the pattern I'm talking about. It's Alice in Wonderland Sal. So look at that fabric. This is the second dye job I ever did that I was just in love with. So I made a few mistakes on this right away, but I think I fixed everything, hopefully. Well, not everything because it's still off center. See, it's not centered. But because this should be dropping down here, but it's fine. It'll be fine. This one, Alice, I put in 1,566 stitches since my last check-in. So I know if you haven't seen my other video, I haven't seen this before, I used ecru for the cream, for all the white parts, and I'm aware that it doesn't, it blends in, but I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it as is, and I'm going to wait until the whole thing is finished. I'm going to take a chance because I just love the way these colors look together on this fabric, that I'm just going to go with it. I don't want to worry about putting a border or anything on it. Now I may put a border, like a back stitch, on the rabbit, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to make that decision until I'm all done. The next one up is called Gaming Mandela. It is a warning, trigger warning. It is a glitch art, so you might want to look away for a second. We'll do, I'll show it real quick, 3, 2, 1, and then I'll take it away because that's the image that it is, but I'm not doing it in the glitch art style. I'm just doing the single stitch. So it's Retro Gaming Mandela from Asleep at the Stitch Etsy shop. It's 142 by 142, and I'm choosing this this really vibrant variegated floss, or multicolored. It's a lot of colors. I just thought that would be fun. I've only done 350 stitches, and it's my first try at variegated floss. So I'm not in love with it, but I need to get comfortable with using variegated floss. So because I love variegated floss, so I need some practice to figure out the best method for it. And I thought I had a plan for this when I started it, but it was not going to go as I thought. So I'm just going with the flow of how I feel as I'm making it and hoping that it'll end up looking nice by the end. All right, so you've hit the halfway mark. Hello. Sorry, doubled it. All right, we've hit the halfway mark. Now for the rest of this, for everything else, it's everything I did in October. So in October, I did 13 new starts, and they were all Halloween themed or Halloween esque. You'll see what I mean when as I pull it out. You'll see. But I wanted everything to be. I wanted to celebrate all month long. I made sure to um, watch spooky movies or TV shows all month. At least one a day. Um, and I still have quite a bit of stuff that I didn't get around to watching that I had intended. So 13 new starts. That was partially because my Stitchy group was doing one of the monthly challenge was 13 different whips in the month of 13 different whips in the month of October, or 13 days of a single stitch, or a single whip, I mean. But you also have the option to do both. So I did 13 new starts, and it was supposed to be 14, but it was supposed to be the first whip I picked up. I might as well tell you. The first whip I was supposed to pick up October 1st, Witchy Stitchers Patreon. It was their Patreon exclusive F Cancer. That was for Witchy Stitcher Day, October 1st. I wanted to do that for October 1st, but I just couldn't decide on what color scheme I wanted to go. I had the fabric, I had my little paper all ready to go. I just couldn't decide on what colors I wanted to use. So it got so I just figured, okay, I'll wait until I could decide on the color for it, and come day 13, the last day, that I had to either work on it or don't, and I decided to do because I had done 12 other ones. I was able to do the 13th day of different whip challenge, and I could use the same whip that I used for my 13 days of one single whip. So ended up just being 13 new whips, which is still a lot. I try to stick to smaller patterns, things that I could either get done in a day or in just a couple of days, you know. So there's no full size or full coverage pieces. Most of them are witchy stitchers, but some are some freebies that I've gotten up elsewhere around the internet. So let's get started. The first day, I'm going to go in order of the days, day 1, day 2, and I didn't do them consecutively. I did skip a couple days here and there, but it still counts as day 1 for the challenge. Okay, so the first thing I did, what I did for Witchy Stitcher Day for October 1st is Spooky Craft Corner. Because of the lighting, it is black. It is black. 14 count, black 14 count. I've had a stack of black 14 count and a stack of white 14 count that I just never use because I thought it was 12 count. And so every pattern, I thought this would be perfect for a lot of Witchy Stitcher's smaller patterns. And then whenever I would do the math, it wouldn't fit. And I realized because I was doing the wrong math. I was doing 12 counts. It's 14 count. So this was my first start to October, and my first finish. I used an orange variegated floss and a white, and that's it, just two colors. For the pattern, they do use an orange, and I liked the way it looked, so I just did an orange variegated floss, and I did finish that in one day. It has 768 stitches. Okay, day 2 of the challenge, I did crafting bat trio. Hold that thought. So it is 4:30 in the morning, and I got a phone call from my husband, and apparently my 3-year-old had gotten out of bed and scared him awake. So I had to go tend to that. But let's try to get through this, and hopefully he stays in bed this time. So like I was saying, day 2, I did the crafting bat by the Witchy Stitcher. I don't remember if she did pink and black or if it was something else, but I chose a variegated pink and cream or white. I don't remember if I used cream or white, but black, a variegated pink, and then a white of some kind. And that was also a one-day finish for 940 stitches. Okay, next I have Steve the Gnome, aka Pukey Gnome from Gravity Falls. This was a pattern I just found off the internet. I don't know where it came from. I did have to search around for one that was the size that I wanted. This one is a 73 by 73. I have put in 1,702 stitches. This is also the 14 count because it's that ugly. I don't like it. I don't like 14 count, but it'll look better. Or I mean, the picture looks better on it. The free pattern that I got this from, I didn't like I liked the size, basically the black outline of the pixel, like a coloring book. Basically, I took their pattern, but then I changed the colors, because I wanted it as close to the cartoon as possible, and they had the colors all messed up. His pants, shirt, and shoes were not the same color as the cartoon. And I think his eyebrows were yellow in the pattern. So yeah, I think this might be my finish for this month. We'll see. Because you get bonus credit for having a finish every month. You get 1 free finish bonus points, and that one might be mine because I want to see him finished. I want to stitch that rainbow. Next it's called Cthulhu Awakens. This is also a free pattern. I seen it pop up on Facebook for like a free pattern group. And it kind of looks like it's for a video game or something. Like I don't know if it's referencing something specific, like a video game, but I just like the way it looked. So this is called Cthulhu Awakens. It's 105 by 151 stitches. It's like oh, I guess I would have popped up the image, so it's a sampler. So this is 18 count on a black, hand dyed myself. I'm not in love with the fabric, but it'll work. So I put in Cthulhu Awakens 878 stitches. So I wanted to get the creature first and then work out. So this is one of those patterns where you have to be really careful. It does go into Pattern Keeper, but it also counts all that background space as selectable parts. So I went through it and painstakingly checked off the entire background in Pattern Keeper just so that I could stay focused on how many stitches per day. And then the other problem is that after you check it, because of the file it is, after you select it, it turns gray. So when you're done, the entire Pattern Keeper picture is going to be grayed out. So you can't tell if you messed up or not. You just have to pay attention. Next is, it's Grover. This, let me make sure I get this. So I'm in a Facebook group called Nerdy Cross Stitch Appreciation Society, and this group member, Christina Armstrong, somebody had requests. I don't know if it was her that requested it, or I don't remember exactly what that was, but Christina Armstrong created a pattern of Grover at the end of the monster at the end of this book page. So it's 51 by 150, and it was supposed to be a bookmark, but the idea was for it to be a bookmark, which I think is really cool. That was what the concept was supposed to be, but it doesn't have to be. I just thought it would look good on this 14 count, so that's how I did it. So that's as far as I've gotten. I've gotten Grover 451 stitches. And all of these are just pulled from Stash. Let me show you an example. So I buy a bulk thing. So this is just Love Mag. It's just embroidery floss. It's just some cheap floss. And I just have to go through it all and decide what makes the most sense for each pattern. So, and there's certain colors that's really difficult, like orange and skin tones are my toughest colors. I don't know if DMC is the same way, but oops, I forgot my So this pattern, it says it's going to be 3,239 stitches total. I wrote that, that's what I wrote down. That's not counting all the back stitch, but I think that was just for myself as a note. So I've got some more to do on that. But all of these smaller kits, I didn't finish saying is I could use these for those monthly finish bonuses. So yeah, I said that with the gnome, huh? I said that with Steve the gnome, that I could use that for my November finish, but all the other small ones that are close to a finish, I could just save those for next year for all the monthly finishes. So next up, I started this one on October 10th. It says, this is the Arcane Sal by Uncanny Kari. And I tried to match the colors as best I could. And I made like like 800 just floss. It's just cardstock. I just made a bunch with my Cricut for all that floss. So yeah. Which side's up? I'm guessing, pretty sure this is up. So this is as far as I've gotten so far. You get this through her Patreon. So I put in so far 505 stitches. 505. So it's a blend of the black and the blue together, and it's gonna yeah, you mix the strands together. I was nervous to start this one because what did I do with the bag? Because all the other ones I was getting used to doing center starts. I never do center starts, but I was doing so many center starts that when it was time to start this one, I got nervous. It threw off my groove. Next is Ghost-Faced Valentine from the Witchy Stitcher. This is let's see here. Ghost-Faced Valentine. I put in 507 stitches. Oh, I thought that was a hair. The piece of the fabric. So that's all I've gotten so far. And I was able to work on this while watching the most recent Scream movie, because I had put it off for so long. I just realized I forgot to check to make sure that the child was asleep. Because I put him back down, and I have a monitor on him. I have a monitor. But when he's laying in his blankets, I can't always tell. I couldn't tell that he had gotten up. Anywho, next, we're almost done. So next is, ooh, I almost skipped one. Vintage Halloween by the Witchy Stitcher. This one I put in 1,176 stitches. I was able to do the pumpkin entirely on Friday the 13th. That was my stitch. That was my Friday the 13th stitch. Was the pumpkin. Actually, I think I did two different things on Friday the Friday the 13th. No, never mind. Scratch that. It was just the pumpkin. I'm thinking of 24 hours of cross stitch. For 24 hours of cross stitch, I started this cat, and then did something else. So this pattern, I love the floss. I love the colors from the floss. Let me pull them out. It's just, I put them in a Ziploc bag. I mean, like a sandwich Ziploc bag. So, the colors for the set, it's everything but the black. I don't have the black in here. This is a dark charcoal. So, but these colors are, I love the autumnal colors. So I wanted to hurry up and get this one finished so that I could use this for the last one I'm going to show you, because I'm going to need some of those oranges, you know. I'm sure I'm going to need all those colors. And this one's a smaller pattern, and the other one, the last one I'm going to show you, is large. So okay, next is Seductive Kermit from the Witchy Stitcher. I'm pretty sure this was the bonus project for the Supernatural cell. And for him, I got 1,342 stitches. This is also on that 14 count, and it's gray. I kind of wish I would have done it on like a coffee stain fabric. Would have looked nicer, but like the it would have looked more like the model stitch, but I don't know. I made a call. I made the call. I think this fabric was supposed to be used for something else, and then I changed my mind and decided to do it on this, so it'll be fine. Gray goes with everything. Okay. Next, we've got Ghost Family Crest by the Witchy Stitcher. Surprise, surprise. And for this one, we're getting towards the end of 13 days. But I didn't get very far. I just started the center ghost. I got 201 stitches. So like I said, when you're doing these stitch as much as you can challenges, the minimum is to get at least 100. So as long as you do 100 in a day, then at least you get credit for it. So I only got the 200 for this, but I think I started really late in the day. Like, I almost skipped the entire day. I was probably gaming or something, and then did that at the last minute just to squeeze it out before midnight. And then next we've got Stitched Spookies. It's a mini pattern from the Witchy Stitcher. It says 3 minis image patterns, like super mini patterns, but I'm going to do them all on the same page. So it'll, I probably could have just used, I probably could have fit it here, but I was nervous about spacing. I want to make sure that there was adequate space. So I just have the center bat started, the 310 on that. That is 543 stitches. Also on the 14 count tan dyed gray charcoal. Was it? It's dark gray, yeah, dark gray. Okay, almost done. 2 more left, okay? Next is Candy Corn Zombie. So I obviously did this for day 12 of the challenge, and then I also did it again for there was another, it was probably a weekly. I did it for a weekly. But for this, it is on 18 count, hand dyed. This is, it's dark green and black. And I like the way it looks, but I did the green and then topped it with the black, and I kind of wish that I had done the black and then topped it with the green. I don't know, I don't know, but so I put in 2,759 stitches on this, and unlike the PSL, there's no back stitching. That's all just X's. So the only thing I'm missing is the candy on the top. I was gonna say brains, but yeah, the word candy on the top I'm missing. And it's supposed to be all black, or that's how it's charted, as all black. But I'm considering doing. I'm gonna see how it looks first on Pattern Keeper. If I checked it all to where it's bubbled in black and then filled in with like the orange variegated floss or something, or variegating it as the candy corn. I don't know. I think I want to do it not in black, but it still looks good in black. I just thought I need more practice with variegated floss. And the last thing, this was my main focus for October. This is the Halloween movie Sal by Atomic Tiki Pins on Etsy. They also have their own Facebook group. And for this one, hand dyed. I love this fabric. I have some peek. I was really nervous to dye this fabric. I was afraid it wasn't going to turn out, and it looks fabulous. So for this one, look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? So it's all black except for this is brown. Okay. My goal for October was to just get all that black. I was gonna say black work, but you know what I mean. I just wanted that whole centerpiece, all the black of it. Actually, technically, I'm not done with the black because I still have to finish this. This pattern has quarter stitches, so I want to get my sharp needle, because my dull cross stitching needle, it doesn't work so good for the it has quarter stitches and half stitches. No, it's a bunch of quarter stitches, that's right. But anyways, I do have to do all the quarter stitches in black. I tried to do this one with my dull needle, and I didn't like the way it looked. So this, I did 5,976 stitches. For the Sal, it's filled with Halloween movies, right? But not only did she release the patterns for the 12 Halloween movies, but she also released an alternate version, so you could choose this movie or this movie for each square. And some of those options are, some of those movies I could care less about, and some of those movies I want both. So I didn't want to do the outside border until the entire Sal is done, which it is now. It is officially over. So I would want to see, I want to go through the two patterns and decide which movies I want to use, and then see how best I could make them all fit. If that means making the border larger to squeeze them all in. So maybe mine is more than 12. There was somebody who double layered for the Christmas sale, which I also have. I haven't started it yet, um, but I did purchase the pattern. But I don't want to do all 12. I just want to do as many as I want. Some of those movies I've never seen, and some of the movies, yes, some of them yeah, they're musts. So, anyways, what all I have to say is that I only wanted to do this. This was my goal for this year, or yeah, for this year. I'm not even stressing. This is probably going to be put away uh, until later or even next Halloween, because two reasons. I have to get started on the Christmas pattern, which I probably won't do until December, but also this month, in the middle of this month, she will be releasing a slasher movie themed. So she already teased the fabric. It's going to be like a really dark red, a mottled dark red. So I am definitely going to get it, and either get it started like this, or like getting it prepped, or just wait until next year. But I definitely want it, because I really regret not starting that Christmas. She also has the Christmas sal, which I have, and then she has the 80s sal, which was it the 80? No, there was I remember seeing her pop up with saying that she was doing a free sal as her first sal. It was the sister. Was the witches one? I don't remember. I mean, I know that's her group's name, but there was a sal. Her very first sal she was starting, and she made it completely free. And at that time, I didn't want to start anything that I had purchased a sal. I had purchased a sal that the theme sounded amazing, but then as they released the pattern, I was not interested. So I didn't want to start another sal that I didn't know what that outcome was going to look like, especially. But I did start following her Etsy shop because I like a lot of the stuff that's in there. Again, that was atomic tiki pins. So I have been following her Etsy shop, but I don't think I've ever purchased anything other than the sals, the two sals. So one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure to get this recorded ASAP, making my coffee, making sure my kid's asleep, doing this right now, is because it's the beginning of the month, and all of these numbers, now it's like I could reset it all back to 0, right? So that I could either check in with you guys again at the end of November, beginning in December, or I could just wait until January and just do, or around New Year's, and do my whip parade, which is most of this stuff, but I have other stuff too. So that's when I talk about everything, but I might not get into so much detail about the stuff that I've already discussed, but we'll see. It depends. But yeah, now I feel relief. It's like everything's back to 0, and I can start planning for what I want to work on for this month's challenges. My coffee's probably hecka cold now. So I think that's all for tonight. Tonight is freaking 5 o'clock in the morning, almost 5:30. Iced coffee. So, anyway, thank you for watching this far, and I hope to keep you guys more updated in the future. So, anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. You've been here long enough. But until next time, thank you. Bye.